Hello and welcome to the Pepsi Tailgate Central on Tamuk.tv and Tamuk TV 2. I am James Espinosa and I'm joined this morning by defensive backs coach James Jefferson. We'll be right back with more after this commercial break.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Hello and welcome back to the Pepsi Tailgate Central on Tamuk.tv and Tamuk TV 2, presented to you by the Javelina Broadcast Network. We are in the Don's Cleaners Champions tent this morning because of the weather, and I am joined with defensive backs coach James Jefferson. Coach, welcome to the set. It's nice having you on. You haven't been on since last season, correct?
It's been a while. Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, no doubt. It's great to have you on, and let's just jump right into things. Coming off the loss last week, it was a tough loss for the guys. How do you feel that the guys responded to that loss throughout practice this week? What did you see from your guys out there?
Well, I think we responded pretty well. Practice has been pretty decent. I mean, it's been pretty much up tempo all week. We kind of got caught off guard with that loss, but other than that, I think they responded well, and hopefully we know how that feeling is and don't want to have that feeling again.
Yes, sir. And just I saw something that your defensive secondary from last week. Y'all only allowed 191 yards through the air. And, people might say, oh, that's 191 yards. But in this day of college football, there's offenses that are putting up 300-plus yards through the air. So you got to be kind of proud of your guys for only allowing that amount of yardage despite the loss. Yeah,
I mean, I'm proud of them all the time. If they go out and play hard and do things that they have to do and play within the scheme of things. Yeah, you're right. Nowadays, if you leave out of there with 300 yards passing, you had a great day against the passing teams and stuff like that. The guys are getting a lot better than they were last year. They've grown up quite a bit. They're understanding kind of what we want in the secondary. We want to be aggressive, and I think they're responding really well to it.
All right, Coach, and you got I would say a veteran secondary. I mean, they're coming back. They're all together again, especially Trevor Pesic, guys like Lamont Hills, Joe Crow, Kalicha Mushi, etc. There's other guys out there that contribute. Just what do you got to say about those guys, especially Trevor Pesic coming back for, I believe it's his senior year. It seems like he's been here forever.
Yeah, well, to speak on Pesic didn't have to come back. I mean, he's graduated.
Yes.
He's got all this stuff, and we really didn't know if he was going to come back. I mean, he can go out and get a job and get into the real world, and he decided he wanted to come back. As far as the rest of the guys, Joe and Kalicha, they were young last year.
Yes.
And they had never played a snap, and they've gotten a lot better. And so I think the crew has come together pretty good, and I think we're gelling pretty good. I think we're going to have a pretty decent secondary.
All righty, Coach. And another guy who's joining your secondary this season, he was on the offensive side of the ball last year, Anthony Washington. Could you just talk about him and his transition to the secondary? I know he used to play defense before in high school.
Well, Anthony's another guy that didn't have to come back. I mean, he had graduated also, so he wanted to come back. Had him at running back. He thought he was going to be a little bit too small to try to go to the next level, but he decided he wants to come play corner. He's got good speed. He actually got pretty good skills.
Oh, yeah.
We just got to get him to finish, plays, go up and make plays on the ball. Right now, he's not as confident as I need him to be, but I think he'll come around. But if somebody, Kalechi, Joe Crow, and those guys go down, he's got to be ready to go.
Definitely. It's always that next man up kind of mentality, especially, in football when it's an ultimate team sport.
Oh, yeah.
So, I was impressed last week with the secondary as well. So it's been I'll go with your word, Coach. If it's been a good week, it's been a good week. We're going to wrap it up real quick. We're going to our first commercial break. When we come back, more from defensive backs coach James Jefferson. This is the Javelina Pepsi Tailgate Central on the Javelina Broadcast Network.
this week.
They say that when you're facing extreme danger, your life flashes before you. If you think that's sad, consider facing it before you even have enough life to flash before your eyes. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Deaths and injuries can be prevented by using the right car seat. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to know what is appropriate for each age and size.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Hello and welcome back to the Pepsi Tailgate Center on Tamuk.tv and Tamuk TV2, presented to you by the Javelina Broadcast Network. I'm joined once again this morning with defensive backs coach James Jefferson. Coach, speaking of players transitioning, we just talked about Anthony Washington. A couple of your defensive backs are making the move to the offensive side of the ball. TJ McCullough and James Gilbert. Just your thoughts on their move to the offensive side of the ball, and do you think that they can add an extra kind of spark to the offense?
Well, I think with the depth that we had in the secondary, the safety spot, it probably would have been a nice little move for James Gilbert to move the running back. We've had some injuries back there, and you know, our offensive coordinator wants to have enough guys to finish games and stuff. He's a big guy, he can run a little bit, so that was good. TJ, we had with the depth we had at corner, moved over there, but now he's back.
Oh, okay.
For lack of depth. And we had another player that just, I guess, that went down. So TJ's back, and TJ can get the job done at corner. You know, he just got to concentrate a little bit more. But he can help us at corner if somebody goes. And, you know, he's you know, we're lucky to have him back. Definitely.
So TJ McCullough, we could expect him in the secondary tonight. Around somewhere, we'll probably see him out there. Coach, y'all run the 4-2-5 base defense. That's for people who don't know what that means. 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers, 5 defensive backs.
Yes.
What's the advantage of having that extra defensive back from, say, like a regular 4-3, or just having that 5th guy out there?
Well, most teams nowadays, because they spread you out so much, you know, you got that rover in the game. And we still have a 4-man front with 2 linebackers, so we still have enough pressure on the against the run, you know. And then if we have to really get after them on pass, you know, we can blitz them a lot, and we still have enough guys going on the rush. Last week we played a lot of nickel, which is 3 down linemen and an extra DB in the game, and then we moved Pesic down to the linebacker spot because they have to cover some guys. But I mean, the advantage of that is we can play a whole lot of our stuff and get after it, and you know, not have a lot of holes.
All right, Coach. And how important do you think special teams is going to play a factor tonight? I mean, considering the weather, it's kind of a downpour right now, but hopefully it clears up by game time.
Well, it was clear last week, and special teams played a big difference. It's always important. I mean, we give up a touchdown on a punt on that, but then again we score a touchdown on an opening kickoff after half. So special teams is always important, And tonight's, you know, every aspect of the game is going to be important, but kicking that ball wet and catching the ball wet it's going to be rough. And I don't know if these guys have experienced that before, but it's time to go now, so they have no choice.
Definitely, Coach. Once it's game time, it's game time. Looking at Colorado Mesa, what do they do well on offense?
Well, Colorado Mesa, they do a lot of play action and stuff. They have a quarterback that scrambles quite a bit. So as long as we can just get in there and keep the quarterback contained and keep the running backs from going up the rail, running a rail route, which they'll come out, go up the field. And as long as we can contain those guys and not give up a big deep ball to one of those running backs coming out, you know, it should be a be a good game. I mean, so that's what they do best. You know, a lot of play action, keep you off balance and stuff. So I think we prepared pretty well for that. I think the guys are ready for it.
Alrighty, Coach, and if you could just sum it up real quickly, what's going to be the key to walking away tonight with the victory?
Well, just what I explained defensively, as far as Messa's offense, you know, offensively we just got to go out there and put some points on the board and keep those guys off the field. And I mean, that's just sounds cliche, but I mean, that is what it is, you know, football. I mean, we just got to score points. We got to keep them from scoring. And if we have to do something defensively, we need to do it defensively. We know we'll get it done offensively. So special teams wise, we just can't make mistakes.
Alrighty. We're going to kick it to our last commercial break. When we come back, we're going to wrap things up with defensive backs coach James Jefferson. Thanks for tuning in to the Pepsi Tailgate Central on Tamook.tv and Tamook TV 2.
They say that when you're facing extreme danger, your life flashes before you. If you think that's sad, consider facing it before you even have enough life to flash before your eyes. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Deaths and injuries can be prevented by using the right car seat. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to know what is appropriate for each age and size.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Hello and welcome back to the Pepsi Tailgate Central. James Espinosa alongside defensive backs coach James Jefferson. Coach, first of all, I want to thank you for coming on set. Always appreciate your time and your insight into the secondary and you know, some of the defense as well, because the fans out there, they don't really get to hear that kind of stuff on the daily. So always appreciate your time and your insight. Coach, any final thoughts, any final words about tonight's game?
No, it's a little rainy out. You know, we'll put this thing together. You know, we'll get back to the things we need to do, which is winning. I know it's been a while, but you know, just tell the fans to come on out, hang with us, you know, stay true, and we'll get it turned around. So hopefully we see you guys out in the rain and have a good game tonight.
Yes, sir. Definitely hope to have a packed house in Javelina Stadium. Once again, I want to thank you for coming on, Coach Jefferson. When we come back at 11 o'clock, I'll be joined by offensive coordinator Roderick Taylor and wide receiver Patrick LaFleur. Thanks for watching the Pepsi Tailgate Central, presented to you by the Javelina Broadcast Network on Tamook.tv and Tamook TV 2.
Texas A&M University Kingsville thanks you for watching this special presentation of student-directed and produced media by the Javelina Broadcast Network.